Welcome to Gifted Underachievers, the podcast for mid-level creatives with delusional ambitions. In this segment, we talk about giving clients bad news in any creative industry. Sometimes you spin it, sometimes you can fix it. If you know that somebody's going to take something hard that you have to tell them, you got to spin it. And I'm never very good at that, but I learned how to get better at it.
Yeah. Well, I learned, so there's times where you need to spin, right?
Mm-hmm.
To sort of say, and we do this with clients, right?
Yeah.
You sent out a book proposal and, you get 20 great responses and then some agent says something really shitty.
Yeah.
And so you have to be like, look, let's measure this against what we know.
Yeah.
And, balance that way. But, and I can't think of a time where I've had to go to a client and say, I have bad news, but here's the solution.
Yeah.
That in my work world, as ghostwriting and developmental editing and all that kind of stuff hasn't really happened. But in my past work lives, that's just the way that the game plays.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was, I knew coming into those situations that say the bad thing really succinctly and kind of quick, right?
Yeah.
Not like the stock's plummeting, I'm out of here, kind of thing. but like just be, so when I was a reporter, right, I got a call from a lawyer because I got something wrong in a story. It was like one of the few times I had to do a correction. And so I get a call from the lawyer. I'm very, very new as a reporter. So I had no concept of, is this huge bad news? Is this just par for the course? What this is. So I was terrified. And so I said, all right, well, we're going to have to write a correction. Said to myself, we're going to have to write a correction. I'm going to have to go tell the editors. So I'm going to write a correction.
Yeah.
Bring that to him. So I went into his office. I said, hey, I just got a call from a lawyer about this story. I got a key fact wrong. Didn't try and excuse it, didn't try and, and I said, and here's the correction that I think we could run.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And as I later learned, there were some reporters, well, I won't say some, there was one that I knew of who was so blasé about getting shit wrong that she would walk out of the newsroom after she was done her work for the day. And somebody would be like, you really rushed writing that story. And she would just be like, that's okay. The editors will catch it. If they don't, we'll run a correction tomorrow. And then off she goes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's a good story. I really like it. The takeaway, it's similar with my work. I almost never have to say this happened, but now we're going to do this or, stuff like that. It's just not that type of job. But I got it in conferences all the time because stuff goes sideways. You can plan for almost everything. It's like shooting a movie almost, you can plan everything you want to, but there will be acts of God and terrorist attacks and all kinds of stuff. So I knew how to deal with it, but I was training another editor once, actually, a friend of mine, and he fucked up on the manuscript. Something went sideways. So he emailed me and said, this happened. Can I send it to the client like this? And just tell them I couldn't. And I was like, no, never bring the client a problem.
Yeah.
Never. Yeah. Don't bring them a problem that you created.
Yeah.
Basically. Solve it. So I told him how to solve it, and it was going to cost him extra money, and we always charged a flat rate. It was going to cost him extra time, but he didn't care. He was just like, oh. Thanks for listening to Gifted Underachievers, a podcast for mid-level creatives with delusional ambitions. We'd love to hear about your experience working with creatives or being a creative working with clients. Do you ever have to spin or fix something? Please drop us a comment, join our chat page, or send an email to giftedunderachievers@substack.com. Thanks for listening.